Yes, today we are at the Geneva UN Human Rights Session, the 38th session. I have with me famous Takebons, Eleanor, Susie, and one of the greatest women activists I've been meeting since my being participating here in Geneva. This is Miss Salka for Western Sahara. They have experience with self-determination, and since we are new into this struggle, we want to find out, because the world always expects a lot. Our people do not understand the battle we are moving to, because we always think, yes, it is enough for us to go out there, demonstrate, and then somebody will say, oh, these people have been going through, we have read through their history, it was unfair for the UN to, or for the UK to hand over our sovereignty to the Republic of Cameroon on the 30th of September 1961, so they take over in the 1st of October 1961. So from your experience and what we have gone through, we have seen all the killings, and you are telling us that sometime in 1990, you people were promised to go out on ceasefire, and the United Nations is going to prepare the ground for you for a referendum to decide your fate. What can you tell the honest people of who are fighting the revolution? How far have you gone through with this struggle?
Thank you. Thank you for your words, and thank you for the introduction. I wanted to mention that Western Sahara is one of the case of Western Sahara is one of the oldest cases in the UN agenda. We have been under the colonization of Spain from 1884 until 1975. And in 1975, Spain handed the territory of Western Sahara to Morocco when we started the war with Morocco and neighbor country Mauritania, that later on took off and recognizes the Sahrawi Republic, the Arab Republic from Western Sahara. With Morocco, the war went on from 1975 until 1991, when the United Nations said, if you sign the ceasefire agreement, we promise you self-determination. Well, self-determination and the process of self-determination have never been given to us. It's a lie. It's a big fake lie that we have been waiting for since 1991. The one thing that I will encourage everyone struggling with self-determination and wanting self-determination is to always stay peaceful. Peace is the only way. Resistance through peace. Protest, go to international convention as this, bring your cause everywhere you go. When you are introducing someone, don't say, I'm from this area or this area, to make it more comfortable for that person to understand. Tell them your story. Bring your story with you. Without us telling our story, who's going to tell it? Who's going to tell it to the world? Yesterday, as the UN envoy sent to Western Sahara, has been, while he was visiting Western Sahara, occupied territory of Western Sahara, my brothers and sisters were protesting in the streets of occupied Layun, and they were beaten, as you see, ladies beaten. And they are not given the medical attention by the occupation. They get kicked out of hospitals when they go to hospitals. They beat them in the streets, and when they go to hospitals, they deny them the access to health care. So this is everywhere. I believe your people suffered. I believe my people continue to suffer, and yours too. So we should unify, and we should continue fighting for justice and freedom. This is my call to all people struggling for self-determination, to keep peaceful, but never, never to sleep. You keep awake and you keep fighting for your rights.
Okay, so if I should understand your advice well, the non-violence way of acquiring control over your territory is a necessity. It is some sort of a must. And why do you think it is? Because some of us, we think self-defense is as important, because having fighting for self-determination, my logical thinking would be you have to have the potential of defending your people. So now you're telling me non-violence is more important than self-defense.
I will tell you why. As you can tell, we're Africans.
Yes.
We are not in a place of power. we are still looked at as less than human beings internationally. It's hard to say, but we are looked at that way. If we get up and take arms, take guns, and say we're protecting ourselves, they're going to call us terrorists. They're not going to call us freedom fighters, which we are, freedom fighters. We are fighting for our freedom. But the international community, the people who have no idea what we suffer, are going to call us terrorists. We have seen it in many cases where the people get up and fight for their rights, fight to protect their home, fight to protect their kids, fight to protect their family. But they're not looked at as freedom fighters, they are looked at as terrorists. This word is used over and over and over by the occupier, by the colonizer, by the power, the person in power, the people in power. They take the credibility from us and they used it for their own benefits. So to criticize you and to put you as the bad person, I will say, oh, look what they did. They are killing us. They are terrorists. When you are a freedom fighter and you're trying to protect your own land and your own people. This is why you have to gain, the people have to notice you being peaceful. Once they notice your case, once they know, when you create that empowerment to say we have an army willing to fight for our people, then you can use it to protect yourself.
Yes.
Now you have to be peaceful, and you have to be known as the peaceful people who are struggling for self-determination, who want self-determination.
Yes, you know, can I
give you a chance for our other sisters? Yes.
Yeah.
It is so frustrating. It is so frustrating. I understand what you're saying, but when I look at what is taking place in our country, in Ambazonia, we have the situation where we stood up with peace plans and we were shot at. We had bullets were sprayed on us. We came out with peace plans. We had no single weapon. The bullets were
same thing.
Right. So it is difficult to tell somebody when you see somebody coming to shoot you, to not defend yourself. I think I get what you're saying. I just need to air out what my frustration.
Yes. Yeah.
I think that it is impossible seeing you coming to hit me and I don't do this, or I don't dodge, or you
do this, but don't hit back. This is what I'm showing you. These people are protesting peacefully yesterday in the streets of occupied Layou. Peacefully. They just want the special envoys to the United Nations to hear their point of view, to say that they want self-determination. But they were kicked, they were brutally beaten, but they were peaceful. I want you to defend yourself. Of course I want you to defend yourself. But I want you not to hit them back. Because that's when they are going to use it against you. They're going to use it against you in every single way. Because you don't have that platform that knows your cause as much as you want them.
You know, knowing the kind of colonial regime that we have, they are going to say we are terrorists. Anyway, no matter what we do, they call us terrorists. We have not gone into their country to attack them there. They came to us. And all what we are doing is self-defense. It is so difficult to tell somebody whose grandmother has burnt inside a house not to defend himself, for Christ's sake. It is so frustrating. It is so frustrating.
Yeah.
Can I add something?
I'm sorry.
Can I say something?
Yes, Susie.
Believe me, I was born in a refugee camp. I never seen my homeland. I have family in occupied territories. I have never seen my cousin. I met him here at the United Nations for the first time. We have the same grandfather and we met at the United Nations. We have never met each other. And I have family still in the occupied territories getting beaten every day because they're protesting. I know your struggle. Believe me, I know your struggle. But as you said, they're gonna do it anyways. They're gonna call you terrorist no matter what you do. Now what you have to show them is that what they are saying is a lie. We are African women. Our blood, they cannot be taken for granted. As they kill us, we will stand stronger and we will fight together. No woman on earth is as stronger as an African woman. And when they kill our children, we will have more children. As long as we live, we will continue to have more kids. So this is our fight, and our fight for our continent, our fight for our freedom, and our fight to end colonialism in Africa. It's 2018. We're still struggling from colonialism.
Yeah.
And even colonialism as it's known internationally. But we are controlled by international companies that steal our natural resources and pay us $2 a day when they get thousands per week. We have to fight for that, and we have to fight for our God-given rights, human rights. So believe me when I say I am with you in your fight. No matter where I am, I will be always with you.
Thanks. So Susie,
thank you very much. I actually got your point. But when you are living with somebody who is so heartless, like the president of our neighboring country, who we called before our president, that is called Bia. If you are living with a leader like that who is so heartless, who can kill you at any time, we have to leave. We all have the right to leave. And so if he comes and decides he wants to terminate us, we have a culture, we have to protect it. We came out, the very first time we started this struggle, we came out with peace plans. That is peace enough. We have preached peace for over 2 years. It didn't work. In fact, for 56 years, we have been peaceful, very peaceful, because the problem didn't start to do. But since he decided to retaliate, to pay us back by shooting, can you imagine using machine guns to shoot on people who are peaceful, who are working with peace plans, who are telling you we are not for war, all we need is just our rights. All we need from you is just to see that we have our rights given to us. And he decided to kill us. And even at this point, when there are crises, he still sells our resources. He sells our resources. His meant is in finishing us. How do we continue in this peaceful way? We have to defend ourselves. I'm sorry we are peaceful. I'm not going against your, as in what you said, you talked about peace. But peace has a limit. Because I'll not watch you. We have begged him, we ran away. When you hit a child, you keep beating the child and the child keeps running. When the child gets to the wall, he can't go again. He has to fight back. That's where we are now. It's so unfortunate that the world wants to see the wars, and we are ready for the wars. That is justice. Ambazonia is our country. It's our right to fight for that country. And we will fight for it till, if they want to kill all of us, we will die, we don't care. After all, many have died. Youth, the future of tomorrow, they are all dying. Human beings are living in the forests. How do they eat? They shoot and they leave them there in the forest. You see children whose legs are swollen, rotten. Human beings, you see maggots coming. How do we close our eyes and say we want peace in such a thing? No, we have to fight. We just have to fight.
And
I'm so sorry for that.
No. You don't have to be sorry. You don't have to be sorry. And you know what? Why? Our family, the people, my parents and my grandparents decided to be peaceful. They are the ones who signed with the United Nations. I am now an adult and I did not sign any peace treaty. And today, and I have said it in speeches at the United Nations, I have said it in side events, I have said it internationally, that we are peaceful because of our parents. Once our parents are gone, I do not promise peace. Because a free Western Sahara, without our parents, without our brothers and sisters who die constantly fighting for that, is gonna be just unfair. We will get to live in a free country, but the people who fought for it and died for it will never see it free. So if that day comes that our parents are not there, I promise you we will not be peaceful. Because they signed this peaceful treaty. They signed the ceasefire agreement. If they are gone by tomorrow we will take the guns and we will free our country.
Yeah. So that's a strong statement. So if I should understand Salka well, it is about winning the war and not winning the battle, because you have different battles every day. Yes, we are for self-determination, we are for self-defense, but everything has to have a right time and a right context. Because doing the self-defense in a manner whereby somebody would come out there and say, you are now using the internationally known anti-terrorist regulations to counter your quest for self-determination will be negative. So we have to put our mindset on winning the war and not winning the battle. So thanks for the time. Maybe you have a closing remark for all women, especially for women.
Especially women. Stand with each other, be each other's rocks. Be each other's rock. Women are the backbone of society, and especially in Africa. We see so many injustice against women, but African women are stronger than that. African women are the strongest women out there. And if we stand with each other, we will win.
Yeah.
We will win.
Win. We are going to win for sure. Thanks very much for your time. Thank you. It was nice to have you. Thanks.
We want to have you some other time.
Yes, thank you. And I'm with you. Remember that always.
So please, can your sister come let us? We have also our campaign.
So fellow Ambazonians, you people have heard of what our very prominent activists have been saying. The lady from the Western Sahara told us that the United Nations asked them to lay down their arms and sign a peace treaty, and they promised them a self-determination. Now, that was 1990 or something like that. Well, till today, 2018, nothing has happened. They fooled them. Ambazonians, open your eyes. They fooled them. Their parents signed that treaty. So we are not going to sign any treaty with any United Nations rubbish. We will not accept any treaty that would not finalize the restoration of the independence of Southern Ambazonia. You understand? Ambazonia is our country. We are going to tell the world that we want to be independent and not the world telling us when. We are going to determine it. So that's my take from this United Nations system.
That I take you get for talking as they don't fool them as such.
They don't fool them how?
No, the thing as the lesson we get for learn for this thing as if one go for the self-defense way, we get for be ready and we get for no say for be sure whether we go feel resist for that long, you see. Because if we only take and see the food, it means we go feel make mistake talk say okay, me we don't fight the go if the person will come for peace talk, we mix this fair, we no make up. But we feel sustain ourselves. Can we sustain it now? You understand?
I get the question.
You say I'm not.
Yeah,
now the question now they ask you.
Yeah.
So we talk. They be great say they go there for peace this thing. So Takenberg, because now we women there we get for part this thing. Can answer ask the question. See if it tells you yes true for true they be agree say they go ceasefire and then they go play the referendum. But what to be the alternative if we now before our own struggle they start seeing 1975 so our own struggle we don't start at 2016. So we not say we don't try for the peaceful way in Uganda. Then they don't let people then be for the fact say self-defense and Uganda. It be important to make ground action. But the question is now how we want sustainable and how we want to intelligently make someone know actually we protect ourselves. We need to be a source of you understand. I don't want to conclude that statement. So can't ask the question because the man picking and they so they overlap this thing. I know say you're on fire high bed. Can't reason it out to me.
No, the woman talking very clear say it parents will be signed contract.
No, but you know what?
They be signed
for that man. I don't know where that man, the last big man.
Come on, we're talking about camera. We talk ask question. We don't discuss that when woman talk.
Yeah. Yes. Somebody actually said that they made a mistake by putting down arms.
Yes.
That they put down arms, they made a mistake. If they did not put down their arms, was it Syria? One country, I don't remember that country. Like if they did not put down their arms, Afghanistan.
Yes.
That if they did not put down their arms, they will not get to this point where they are today. And then the thing just, I got a touch inside of me, and I asked myself, are we really getting to federation, or we really want to continue this struggle? Because what France is saying now is about, I have just read something now on media, that France has finally decided they want to impose federation. Federalism. So you have not read.
So you want to tell me say France
can't tell me.
No, start from me.
So Macron want to tell me say.
So you want to tell me say na Macron.
You can't tell me what from.
You want can tell me say.
No, now you go tell me now what we need to do for our own country. Even today we be saying our opportunity with this will be say if we not take back our land today, we will ever take it.
No, I don't say we get plenty things there for analyze them.
Yes.
We get for make that round table because he talk now only woman if he talk.
Okay. When I come my camera.
This thing where he don't talk say Macron don't talk. We talk when they get for talk for Macron say now we mami them we go decide who will pay for picking me.
Of course, that's true.
Now we go decide the name way na path for picking. Yes. Because now when you know path for picking, now the way you go give the name allied.
No, that's true. So Macron he own his own clothes. That time 2016 they beg me they come inside. When they beg we will talk about we will just review our constitution. We will follow like Macron, all of them they by the side. Nobody. And now we don't even know. All of us now don't know our story, our history. All of us now don't taste freedom.
Yes. And we talking about the few already know it when I will be part of Pekin. Now we Macron one can tell we say he no part of Pekin. Hey. No, if you don't give me that part before. We see who manage that part, who manage that part. That part can we got to say no, the Pekin and this I no one time, but I want order their pocket money. You see, so but as a team matter so that I hear that word so I don't say.
You analyze. You are entitled to.
Analysis.
Analysis. What you don't hear for them because what you don't hear today. We don't gather from Sahara, Western Sahara say they be signing United Nations food and they have to come and food and something sign say they will put down their arms, then they will give them self-determination. Since 1990 to today, and so then Afghanistan, someone talk about say they regret that they put down their arms because as they put down their arms, they turn them the state today. So what you will learn how to
that situation, the wars, they get wars on daily basis.
Now what Hazara people.
Now what we don't learn from that?
Say before put down our arms.
We get the measures we don't have to do. That's
not only for Boya, not only for Boya. All of us must contribute. Anything we want to do for this struggle, we must try and make sure to put our hand for our pocket. Because this sacrifice.
You can look Ambazonian.
Ambazonian, my people. Yes. Whatever thing they do now, make una try. Because independence, una not look my cloth. The independence, they know they pick up for street. We have all tested independence, and so whatever thing that we are doing, we have to put our hands in our pocket. We are ready to fight. We have begged United Nations. We have begged the UN. We have the EU. We have begged everybody, even the African Union. We have begged, and nobody is looking at us. So we are on our own.
Yes.
We have to fight and liberate our land. No stinginess. Even if it means that you will not drink beer, you will not do your hair. This is my hair. Now the last hair what they buy, so I'm not going to ever buy hair again. I'm not going to buy clothes again until we go from Ambazonia. We have to do everything humanly possible to contribute in this struggle so that we'll be able to get what it takes for us to fight the fight. We must sacrifice if we really want independence. Our children are all dying. How long are they going to die? We need to protect them. Our husbands are in the bushes. How long are they going to stay in the bushes? They have to come back home. So we must send away the occupier. He must go, he must leave our land.
Put them, box them up,
they must go back
and send them
from
back.
our land.
Exactly.
That is it.
So that was the message from Geneva. Today we will come to Geneva for June 29, 2018. It was a very, very, very rich experience for me because I actually have not spent. When I come here, the last time we were outside. Remember we were outside with a chair.
Yeah. Yes,
of course, we're together with a chair. Today we left the chairs outside. We had a chair. We're inside now. So you see how we are progressing. Ambazonians moving forward. Last time we were outside with a chair. This time around, we have crept into the hall. We have had a session in which we were talking about our own problems. We joined now. We have friends. We have the Tamilis. We have the Western Sahara. We have the guys from.
Yeah, we are going to learn from the mistakes that other people made.
Yes.
Because the stories that we heard today, especially the woman, the guy who said that they made a mistake to put down arms, Ambazonian.
Twice.
We shall never put down our arms.
Never.
They declared war on us. We did not declare war on them. So we must fight the fight. We have faced it and we must continue till they leave us. You see, this guy just made me, I did not feel like writing a book. But when he just started talking about the war that is in his country now, and that they made a mistake, to put down arms. And then I looked at myself, I just had a very quick reflection on Amazonia, and I was like, wow. And people are saying they are going to bring ceasefire, they are going to we are not ready for anything. You know, and one other thing I would like to talk about Nigeria, countries that are receiving refugees. There's nobody with a clean mind that wants to leave his country, because everybody loves his country. In Europe, now they are trying to start pushing immigrants back, refugees back. It's an appeal I'm making to the entire world. Refugees do not come to you because they want to come. Something makes them live there. Why don't you find out that thing that makes them live there? In Italy, for instance, they say they want to assist Africans at home. Yes, they want to assist Africans at home. How do you want to assist Africans when we are living in refugee camps inside Africa? Africans are living inside refugee camps inside Africa, and you want to come and give them food inside the refugee camps. I am begging you, look for the root cause of that thing that is making Africans go. We have a fertile soil. Everything in Africa is still virgin. In one of my classes last week, with my lecturer, I was just, we were talking of globalization. And they got to a point where they said that Africa is still so virgin. That in a very short while, they will be importing even soil from Africa.
Yes, of course.
And then we have all these resources, yet we come to them and we are slaves. And we are the ones that take care of their own women. They are not even happy about that. Why don't they, you people who are asking us to go back, why don't you just come with us, work on our leaders, help us talk to our leaders, help us work on our leaders, so that we go home and we'll be happily living in our home.
Okay, gentlemen, it was nice to have you from Italy. You are not going to cope now. What did you make a cope in the talk? No, when I say
Pope, I don't know if it's not talk. Pope, they talk in parable.
Okay, they talk in parable.
And they talk in parable. Pope, they tell them in a parable. But what make Pope talk about?
Pope never talks to Ambazonian.
Ambazonian. They never ever come. They only talk in parable. Like the time, even if you're
no, that Pope are not trusting. Anyway, maybe we'll talk, say, thank you all for the listening from Geneva. We will see whether we will get more other sessions that they go on this afternoon. We will see how much we will get. Okay, we will get back to you now.